Hello, good evening, Sharai. How are you? Is everything okay?
Hi, teacher. Good evening. Yes, everything's okay. Thank you.
All right, great. Great to know, Sharai. All right, sorry for the lateness. Again, I'm having these days, I'm having a lot of problems with the connection. I was solving, again, some other problems, but let's begin, please. We are working with this article. Remember, we're working with Perseverance, this rover that got on Mars, and it's, well, going to work on very important, let's say, tasks. It's been like some months that this rover is there already, but let's try to understand more a little bit about the landing time. All right, we'll work with the first two, and after that, the next third and fourth paragraphs, right? If I'm not wrong. Let's continue from this part, please, Sharai. Let's read actually these three paragraphs that we have over here so that we have more information related to that, please.
Okay. The Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies our nation's spirit of persevering, even in the most challenging of situations, inspiring and advancing science and exploration. The mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering toward the future and will help us prepare for human exploration of the red planet in the 2030s. President Joe Biden called Jurassic and said, "Congratulations, men," uh, and shared his congratulations to the thousands of people involved in the mission. Biden also tweeted about the landing. "Congratulations to NASA and everyone whose hard work made Perseverance's historic landing possible. Today proved once again that with the power of science and American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility."
Thank you very much, Sharai. I think everything was good. Just this one a little bit problem, right? But it's going to be in January, right? In January. And this one is going to be Biden. All right, Biden. So we have John Biden, right? Biden, and in January. That's it. All right, in terms of pronunciation. Then the rest of the words were very good. I think this is not that complex, but let's see how it works for you, Sharai. How can you understand these three paragraphs?
Well, I understand that the mission it was a success. It was a success. So because of the situation about the pandemic and everything, so everyone is congratulate the success of the mission, and at the final it says that the power of the science it's everything is possible, something like that.
Very good. Great. Right. It's a simple message. Here we're seeing that it was because of this perseverance, right? Overcoming challenges, working together, using science, using technology, right? Because of all of that, we were able to go to Mars. This is not the first rover that is on Mars, but it's going to be, I think, the most important rover that is there. Because as you can read over here, right? It's going to prepare for human exploration, right, of the red planet in the 2030s. I think this is still a plan. They are planning on going in the 30s, I think next decade. We're not that far away from that. 10 more years, it's not a lot of time. So it's really interesting, right? After this exploration, they're going to be planning on going there, but with humans this time. I don't know if you have now any questions related to vocabulary or something that is not clear for you, Sharai. Let me know, please.
No, teacher, everything is clear.
Good. Yes, I also believe that this part is very clear. Great. Let's continue. All right. Let's try to finish at least the most important parts of this article. And we are going to continue with this next one to, let's say, well, 4, but the third one is not that much. That over there, please, Sharai.
Okay. Humanity's lover affair with Mars is an enduring one. Is an enduring one, sorry. Full of wonder about the possibility of life on this mysterious newborn planet. This historic mission can search for evidence that could give us the answer. Perseverance is full of first, the search for signs of ancient life on Mars, the first helicopter flight on another planet, the first recording of sounds on the red planet. The most sophisticated rover NASA has built to date has a packed agenda for the next few years. The rover will explore Jezero crater, the site of an ancient lake that exists 3.9 billion years ago, and search for microfossils in the rocks and soil there. All follow-up missions will return samples of this site collected by Perseverance to Earth by the 2030s.
Thank you very much, Sharai. Again, I think it was very clear. The words seem to be not that complicated. Just this one, we're going to verify. Try to read this word once again, please, Sharai.
Neighboring. Neighboring.
Okay, good. Neighboring, right? Like neighbor, your neighbor, my neighbor, the neighborhood, neighboring planet. It means next to our planet. Good. And this one,
Crater.
this is going to be that a little bit more like crater, right? The
Okay.
crater.
Yeah.
There you go. Good. Now, what did you get from this information, Sharai? How can you explain this part? There are really interesting facts here, but try to mention what you remember, please.
Okay, so here they are talking about the missions that have to be that rover has to complete, and about, for example, visit this crater, and at the end of the mission, the rover return with some samples, and yes, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Ray. I wasn't finding the microphone. One little question. Well, I have a couple of questions actually. You're going to ask me perhaps the meaning of those words if they are not clear, but try to explain in your own words what do they mean when they say, oh, sorry, it's here. Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one. What do they mean by that? Of course, it's something metaphorical, right? And first that one. All right, first this one, Sharai. What can you tell me about this, let's say, idea? How can you restate or paraphrase this idea?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's related to um, because this planet, because all the humans in the Earth always think about the Mars, always think about Mars, and how this planet, how that planet, sorry, it's a good chance to live. I don't know if it's correct.
Okay, yes, and also not because perhaps we want to live there, but I think because humans have always thought that Mars is a place in which we can find aliens, right? If you remember, we have a very well-known name in Spanish, Marciano, right? That comes from Mars, right? So we've always thought that Mars is that planet in which we can find life, right? In which we can find different ways of living beings. So we can mention the moon, but we never talk about Mercury, Pluto, right? We never talk about those other planets. The planet, sorry, we talk about is Mars. So this is a way of saying, right? Humanity has been in love with Mars because we've been obsessed with Mars, thinking that there are aliens over there, thinking that there are like many other things, right, that have been projected into the movies, right? If you remember some of the movies we have related to aliens, we always mention Mars as was one possibility. I think there's a very well-known movie also related to Mars in which they go to explore and so on and so forth, right? So in that way, they say that this connection with Mars is very strong and it's an enduring one. How can you explain this word? Do you know the meaning of this word?
I don't know if it's correct, but I think that it's something that it's that um something that is still forever, that it's something forever. I don't know if my expression is correct.
Okay, good. You can use this word perhaps, something that lasts, right? To last, the verb last means that the duration, right, of this act or this action or this relationship is going to be very long. So yes, I think perhaps not forever, but it's going to continue for a long period of time. Or it started, right, a long ago, and it's still over there, and it's still happening. So something that it's enduring, it's something lasting. And what is something lasting, right? It's something that you can find for a long period of time, right? It started a long ago, it's still happening, and perhaps it's going to still happen, right, for a long period of time, right? So good. Something enduring is something that continues, that is continuing, that is lasting. Good. Very good. I don't know now. Perhaps that I think that's going to be my only question over there to finish. Do you have any other questions related to other words or vocabulary that you would like me to explain? Let me know, please, Sharai.
No, but I don't understand a lot about this sentence. Perseverance is full of first. I don't know if it's referring that perseverance is one of the ones of a lot of missions that NASA made. I don't know.
Yes, and actually, to be more precise, right, it comes, we know, right, it comes from first. So this is actually not good English because you don't say firsts, right? But they are using first here as a noun to say that perseverance is the rover that is doing many things for the first time. Is the first one that actually is going to search for signs, ancient life, right, on Mars. It's the first rover that is with a helicopter, right, that is going to explore or is going to help explore the planet. It's the first one that is going to record the sound on our planet because other rovers recorded video, but there was not sound at all. It was only video. So again, it's the first one searching for signs of life. The other rovers were only exploring, not for life, for anything, all right? Anything they could find. It's the first one with a helicopter because the other rovers were only vehicles, like I was describing, right? They didn't have any other gadgets integrated. So this is the first one. So that's the meaning of this sentence, right? Perseverance is a full of firsts. It means that perseverance is a rover that is going to do many things for the first time, including these things that you can see in this paragraph. That one, Sharai. I don't know if it helped.
Yes, yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And also just to leave you thinking or perhaps analyzing a little bit more because you told me that perhaps this could be something interesting for you. Try to find out about Jezero crater and try to find out about other important lakes and oceans in Mars. If you look for that by your own or on your own, Sharai, you're going to find that almost half of Mars was a big ocean millions of years ago. As you can see, billions of years ago. So it's really interesting. You can do some research and you're going to find really interesting information about this crater and other areas in Mars that they want to explore to analyze if there was life or not. Okay, just that one. Any final comments or questions to finish this up? Let me know, please.
No, teacher, it's clear.
Perfect. Then we finish here, Shari. Please, as a reminder, I know that you've been working very good with your essays, but try to work on this final essay, right, as soon as you can. If you have some specific questions, I'm not going to be able to check the essay, right, before you hand that in. But if you have any specific questions, you can let me know perhaps tomorrow in class, because I'm going to be asking you some questions related to the vocabulary and something we're going to learn so that you are ready to hand that in on Monday. All right. That's it then, Sharai. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow in class.
Okay, teacher. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye. See you.
Hi, teacher. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Luciana. How are you? Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Luciana. So today, we as always after the essays, we have two options, right? In case you have some questions or something related to the essay, you can let me know now so that we can check that together. If not, we can work with the article that we have for today. Which one would you like to do today, Luciana? Let me know.
Teacher, it will be okay to go to the article, but I'm gonna do it again, my essay with the same topic, but changing that stuff. I don't know if it's still gonna have like a note, but anyways, I'm gonna send you the essay for only to practice again with the structures that I could saw in those two classes that I didn't was.
Okay, it's okay, Luciana. Yeah, it's a good way to practice. Also, remember that this Monday is the last day that we're going to have a group class, and also the Monday has to be the day on which you have to upload your final essay, right? So you have two options. You can work on that one, the previous one, or you can actually start to work in this final essay. That would be perhaps a better option. Try to start working on the final essay from today. Do it little by little, the introduction, the body paragraphs, and so on. You can show me some details if you want in class tomorrow, right? I'm going to be asking you. I also said that to some of your partners. If you want to show me something very specific, you can do it tomorrow, Luciana. In that way, I'm going to tell you if you're doing okay, if you need to change something. I'm not going to check everything in detail because of course that is your final work, but I'm going to tell you yes, this is okay, or it's missing one of the steps, or I'm going to tell you check the punctuation please, I think one of the punctuation marks is incorrect. I'm not going to tell you exactly what you need to change because it's going to be your final essay, but I'm going to try to guide you, right, and to tell you what you can check in order to be sure that you're doing it okay. So that would be my advice, to start working on the final essay instead, Luciana, if you agree. All right.
It's okay, teacher. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna let you know if I have any doubt.
Okay, very good. Now let's share then the screen. I think we were already working this with you, Luciana. Let me know if we were starting and we started to read this article, Luciana. Did we read this with
Mm,
you, NASA
yes,
Perseverance?
teacher. We
Okay,
we were reading that the other speaking class in the other
okay,
speaking class.
good. Did we finish the first four paragraphs, I think, right? These first two and the next
We
two,
were
or only the first two?
we were more advanced with will. I remember that um till I think that I can start now in the paragraph of the March 2020 perseverance because I remember that we saw the other.
Exactly correct. So we read the first two over here and the next two over here. So this one would be right. Very good. Great. So let's read please this part. I'm going to mark it in Luciana, starting there and finishing over here, please. Let's read all of that, please.
Okay. The March 2020 perseverance mission embodies our nation's spirit of persevering even in the most challenging of situations, inspiring and advancing science and exploration. The mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering toward the future and will help us prepare for human exploration of the red planet in by I sorry teacher, I get sometimes a little confused with the numbers because I learned in my school don't uh, and I don't know if you can tell me how to say that number because
Of course, don't worry. When you have that S at the end, you can say 2030s, all right,
okay
2030s or 2030s, but it's okay, 2030s.
okay 2030s President Joe Biden called your sick and said, "Congratulations, men," and shared these congratulations to the thousands of people involved in the mission. Biden also tweeted about the landing. "Congratulations to NASA and everyone whose hard work made Perseverance historic landing possible. Today proved once again that with the power of science and American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility."
Thank you very much, Luciana. This one I think is clear, right? It's going to be 2030s. It's great. This one, this word, can you read this word once again, please, Luciana?
Okay. Uh, Personalize.
In this case, we're going to make this part more noticeable, and it's going to be like personifies. All right,
Okay.
personifies. There you go. Good.
Personalize.
There you go. Perfect. So, no observations. I think, as always, your reading is very, very good. Let's just try to explain what you were able to understand, please, from these three short paragraphs.
Okay, I was able to understand that the mission that was in 2020 to go to Mars shows that mission shows like an spirit of American people in a good way because was showing like perseverance and all of that qualities. And I think that that was like the first part and the more important one because with that like biggest flex, I don't know if it is well said, with that biggest um I don't know how to say it in English, but with that biggest logro, I want to say like logro in
Yes, you
English.
can say achievement, achievement.
Okay, with that biggest achievement, shows like we have um so much opportunities because even in that years, 2030s, we can go to that discover can help us to prepare for the human exploration in 10 years or well in 9 years since today. And at the end was showing more like political stuff in the sense of president talking about then these achievements and how was congratulate giving his congratulations and saying like with these values and everything, the power of the science and like American people, everything is possible.
Okay, good, very good. That was a great summary. You were able to highlight the most important information. Yes, and of course, it was important to repeat some words, right? Yes, this is a very big achievement, right? Not only in terms of science, technology, but in the sense that this is the first step to go to Mars, right? To send the first humans to Mars, because we're going to have that mission that is going to be the exploration by us, right, to the red planet, and that's a big, very big thing. Good. I think also the vocabulary and all the information is clear. This part is very kind of understandable. I don't know if you have any extra questions from these three paragraphs, Luciana. Let me know, please.
No, teacher, everything is very clear. Thank you.
Good. Let's go now to this part, please. This is the last thing we're going to read from this article, and are these four, and well, the third one is very short, but these four paragraphs, please, Luciana.
Okay. Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one, full of wonder about the possibility of life on this mysterious neighboring planet. This historic mission can search for evidence that could give us the answer. Perseverance is full of firsts: the search for signs of ancient life on Mars, the first helicopter flight on another planet, the first recordings of sound on the red planet. The most sophisticated rover NASA has built to date has a baked agenda for the next few years. The rover will explore Jezero Crater, the site of an ancient lake that existed 3.9 billion years ago, and search for microfossils in the rocks and soil there. Follow-up missions will return samples of this site collected by perseverance to Earth by 2030s.
Thank you very much. Now, again, to finish this up, first, let's try to read those words once again, please, Luciana.
Okay. There were rather, rather and ancient.
Okay, so we're going to work on the same way. So I don't know if you can hear me. I think I'm having some problems with an internet connection, but this is going to be like A, and this is also going to be like A. So it's going to be like crater, and this is going to be like ancient, right?
Okay.
Ancient and crater.
Crater, crater and ancient.
There you go. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, again, the same, please, Luciana. What were you able to get from this part?
Sorry, teacher, before to tell you, I want to know, I don't know how can you help me to understand more. At the beginning, it says that humanity's love affair with Mars. What is the meaning of affair? Like with that combination, what is
Okay,
like?
good,
What could be the definition?
good.
Love affair.
Yeah, this is really interesting, actually, Luciana. You can use this a lot. Look, to have an affair,
Sorry, teacher.
hello, Luciana, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you. It's
All
okay.
right. I don't know if you were able to listen to the explanation. I think my internet just right went down, and
Yes. I
I'm
was
going to
not
do it
able
again.
to hear the explanation, teacher. Sorry, but you
Okay.
were like remarking the words.
Okay. Good. So very, very briefly, then the first part, an affair is to have a business with someone, quotation marks business, to have something with someone or with something else. All right. If you have an affair, for example, with someone again, it can be related to anything. That's why they are remarking here that the humanity and Mars, they have a love affair. All right. Humanity's love affair with Mars means, this is metaphorically speaking, of course, right? This is a metaphor that there is a connection, a romantic connection between humans and Mars. And why? I don't know if you sometimes watched movies related to aliens, Luciana, at least
Yes.
the oldest ones, right? We always, in Spanish, we use the word marciano. And marciano is not any word. Marciano refers to aliens that come from Mars, right? From Mars. So humans have always believed that if there is life on Mars, right? That in Mars there can be happening many, many things. We have movies related to Mars, right? So there is a connection. Why? Because humans are obsessed with Mars. And we don't talk about Mercury, we don't talk about Pluto, we don't talk about the other planets as much as we talk about Mars. That's what they are trying to say here. And when they say it's an enduring one, it means that it's been a long time, right? It started a
Okay.
long time ago and it's still happening. Just that one, Luciana. I don't know if it's clear and it helps.
Yes, teacher. Thank you so much.
Very good. With that explanation, then please, Luciana, to finish this up, we are, I don't know, we're over time, but no, actually, because of this, it's going to be a little bit hard, but try to give me a maximum 1 minute explanation, please, of these paragraphs that we read. What can
Okay.
you tell me about this?
Um, I think that they were talking about how humanity and us feel like that connection with the trying to find a sense of Mars and like live uh, life in there. And that was so important and was like, I think, the principal idea. But I think that it's what you was talking about again, respect to perseverance and how you start to um, like trying big things, like um, starting for little ones, because it was talking about how the explorations were more simple before, and like the first helicopter flying another planet and the first recording of sound in Mars. And I think that that was important because till today, the year, uh, these last years were more, we have more technology and we increase like that way to know more about Mars. And that thing, it was the principal idea, and how perseverance was like the key of all, and how we still searching for a meaning about what is in life in Mars, and to at the expectative to find life there.
Okay, very good. Yes, this connection, right, has making us go to Mars to explore more, to try to understand if there was really, right, life over there or not. Very good. We finish here, but one thing, instead of principal, we're going to use the word main. Why? Because principal in English is going to be used mainly in other kind of context, or sometimes even for some professions. So instead of principal, let's try to say that was the main idea or the main objective, right, or the main something, to
Okay.
mean the word principal, so that we avoid the usage of that word. Only that one, Luciana. Do you have any questions or doubts? Let me know, please.
No, teacher, it's okay. Thank you so much.
Perfect. There you go. No, thank you, Luciana. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow in class then.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye. Hello, good evening, Whitney. How are you?
Good evening, teacher. I'm fine, thanks.
That's great. Very good, Whitney. So we are working with this once again because I want to cover at least a couple more, well, more than a couple more, at least five more paragraphs are the ones we're going to read, 5 or 6 if I'm not wrong, and to see a little bit more about, right, exploration of Mars and what Perseverance did over there or is doing over there, right? I don't know if you have questions or doubts before going to this part, because we have other options here with me. If you have any doubts related to the corrections that I made on your essay, we can work on that. If not, we can start working on this reading. What do you say?
We can start with this.
There you go. Good. So the last part, I think with you also, we read these two and then these two paragraphs over here. So we can start over here. We're going to read the following 3 paragraphs, please, with me. Let's do it.
Okay, the Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies our nation spirit of persevering even in the most challenging of situations, inspiring and advising in science and exploration. The mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering toward the future and will help us prepare for human exploration of the red planet in 2030. President Joe Biden called your kite and said congratulations, man, and shared this congratulation to the thousands of people involved in the mission. Biden also tweeted about the landing. Congratulations to NASA and everyone whose hard work made Perseverance historical landing possible. Today proved once again that with the power of science and American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility.
Thank you very much, Whitney. Good. Very few things that we need to check in terms of pronunciation, and then we're going to start checking the content itself. So let's read these three ideas that we have on the square, please, Whitney. Let's read the three of them.
Nation inspired and involved and ingenuity.
Okay, good. Okay. My microphone is on. So good. I think this was good this time. The first time you said the stress in a different part, but now it was good. Involved, right? Involved. Very good. This one, right? We're going to put a little bit more emphasis in the last part because in the first part, like the why disappeared, right? So it's going to be ingenuity, right? Ingenuity. And this one, this is the one we're going to work because the two of them were good at last. This is going to be more like A, right? So nation's spirit, right? The nation's spirit. This more like A, and this just like E, nation's spirit. Let's read once again, please.
Nation spirit.
Good, nation's spirit. Great. Now, with that said, please, Whitney, using your own words, try to explain what you were able to understand here.
Mm, okay, the actual president of the USA talk about what is the characteristics or how is the process of the people to create the red planet to perseverance the missions to I don't know how do you say travel but in space and I don't know and maybe it's more like I don't know how do you say reescribir poner lo que dijeron
Oh,
citar
yes.
citar
If you want to say reescribir is going to be rewrite, or if not, it's going to be if you want to say someone else's words to quote. But I don't know what you want to say. Rewrite, reescribir, right? Citar is going
o
to be more
citar
like quote.
citar lo que alguien más dijo.
It's going to be to quote. To quote.
To quote?
Quote. Exactly.
Quote. Okay. I think this, I don't know.
All right, all right. Yes, yes, because you're right, right? The information here is very simple. And yes, we're going to quote, right, someone else's words. We're going to work with that. So yeah, in other words, here we are putting emphasis on what? On the achievement, right? That this is a big thing, that we are working with technology, with science, with all the problems that we had, we were able to overcome them, right? And at the end, this is the first step to have the human exploration on the 2030s. I think this is the most important part over here, right? And then he's only like showing gratitude and congratulating the people who were involved on that mission. Yeah, very simple. I don't know if you have any questions related to words or expressions here with
And not teacher.
Okay, there you go. Let's go to the next part. In this next part, I think we have more interesting vocabulary and ideas. So let's continue with these four, let's say. One of them is very short, but those ones over there, please, Whitney. Let's read.
Okay. Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one, full of wonder about the possibility of life on this mysterious neighboring planet. This historic mission that can search for evidence that could give us the answers. Perseverance is full of first, the search for signs of ancient life on Mars, the first helicopter fly on another planet, the first recording of sound on the red planet, the most sophisticated rover NASA has built to date has a peak agenda for the next few years. The rover will explore Jezero crater, the site of an ancient lake that existed 3.9 billion years ago, and search for microfossils in the rocks and soil there. Follow-up missions will return samples of this site collected by Perseverance to Earth by the 2030s.
Thank you, Whitney. The same, we only have three things that we need to work on. Let's read these words once again, please. I'm going to delete it one, sorry, because it's not clear. And there you go. All right, so those three ones, please.
Okay, ancient, bold, and excite.
All right, so we're going to work the three of them. All right, here we're going to use more the A sound in the first A, so it's going to be more like ancient, right? Very similar to this one. So the both are going to be the same, for example, right? Ancient lake, right? An ancient lake. All right, that one, the first one. This one, remember, it's going to be, this is the past, right? The simple past or the past participle of build, right? And the past participle of build is built, right? So build, more like you, built. And here, remember, this is only past of exist, right? Exist. So it's going to be existed, right? So an ancient lake that existed, right? 3.9 billion years ago. All right, so one more time, please, Shari. It's going to be ancient, built, existed. Let's read those, please.
Okay, ancient, sorry, ancient, and built, and existed.
And that E is not going to be like I, it's only going to be like E, existed, like only E,
Okay.
existed.
Existed.
There you go. Good. Very good. There you go. That's it in terms of, let's say, pronunciation. Now, again, I think here we have some interesting information. How can you summarize this information with?
Mm, okay, I think that's 2 points. First, the mission to Mars is interesting, and that could be a historic moment for the humanity. And second, uh, they talk about some I don't know, environment, something in Mars could be give us answer about some question we have.
All right, perfect. I'm going to ask you now just a couple of questions to finish with this app, please, with me. First, we were talking about this with Luciana. I don't know if you were able to hear, but how can you explain this idea over here? Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one. How can you understand that idea with
Mm, I think that is like that's a dream for the humanity, or there's a goal and they work hard all the time for this dream.
Okay, good. It's interesting that you're mentioning that as a dream, just because it's related, right? If we say that humanity has an affair with Mars, it's because we always had a connection with Mars, right? The first thoughts related to aliens, to people, or let's say not people, right? To living beings from other planets are or have always been related to Mars, right? I was mentioning that to your partners. The word Marciano that comes from Mars, right, is a connection from that planet directly. So our idea of finding possible life, it's always been connected to Mars, not to other planets, right? Not to Mercury, not to Pluto or other planets, only to Mars. Just that one. And how can you explain this other part to finish the conversation with me? Perseverance is full of firsts. What do they mean by this? What is to be full of firsts?
Uh, it's like perseverance is the first step, or the first quality for to do it.
Okay, the first step is very interesting, and you're right. It's the first step before sending humans to Mars, right? And also, it's because Perseverance is the first rover that is searching for signs of ancient life. It's the first rover that is using a helicopter. It's the first time a helicopter is going to fly on another planet, and that's with Perseverance. And also, it's the first time that a rover was equipped with something that is going to let it record sound. Previously, we only had video, but now we're going to be able to hear the sound of the planet, right? And that, I think that's interesting, and that's why we say Perseverance is full of firsts, because this rover is going to do a lot of things for the first time. I don't know if you have any questions related to this entire part to finish the reading session with me. Let me know, please.
I'm not teacher.
Okay, there you go. Thanks for being here then. Have a great night with me, and I'll see you tomorrow for the class.
Thank you, teacher. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye. See you. Hello, good evening, Melissa. How are you?
Hello, Jose Luis. Good evening. I'm good.
Hello.
And you?
That's great. Very good, Melissa. So we're ready to start. We're going to start. I don't know what happened, just in case as a weight of comments. All my Gmail accounts from Executive English that were module 13 and 5 were not there anymore. I had to sign up again. I don't know why, but I got to fix the problem, and I'm sure that right now it's recording. In case it's not, I'm going to check when I finish this conversation, all right? But I think it's working now. All right.
Okay.
So having said that, Melissa, I don't know if here we have two options. I want to know first if you have any question related to the comments or corrections that I made to your essay. If that's the case, we can have some time checking those details. If everything is clear, we can start working on this reading session. What do you say?
Everything is clear. I don't have any doubt.
Okay, there you go. Then let's work directly with this. We're going to read some more paragraphs. The first set of paragraphs are very easy to understand, I think, but let's read them anyway to have the context for the next part. Let's read this part, please, Melissa.
Okay. The Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies our nation's spirit of persevering even in the most challenging situations, inspiring and advancing science and exploration. The mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering towards the future and will help us prepare for human exploration of the red planet in the 2030s. President Joe Biden called Jorsic and said, "Congratulations, man," and shared his congratulations to the thousands of people involved in the mission. Biden also tweeted about the landing. "Congratulations to NASA and everyone whose hard work made Perseverance historic landing possible. Today proved once again that with the power of science and American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility."
There you go. That's it. We're not going to work that much detail or those many details related to this part, but I would like you please to tell me everything that you were able to get as a summary, please, Felisa. Melissa, are you there? I think your microphone is off, perhaps.
Sorry. My
Okay.
mic was off. I was saying that this is the beginning of a future decade, the 30s, of exploration. I mean, for NASA exploration. And this is only the beginning because it was the first successful case of a landing in a mission this big. And even the president, Joe Biden, was really happy about that and congratulate I don't remember what was his charge, but Jorsic, he congratulate him and also even tweet about that and how the power of American engineer or the power of perseverance is a tool that it will only help them to go even farther and farther in terms of exploration of other planets.
Very good. Great. So I think it's clear. That was a great summary of this information. I think it goes straight to the point, right? It's just highlighting, right, the effort, the hard work, and the use of science, technology in general, right, to achieve this, let's say, successful mission. I don't know if you have any questions about this part, Melissa.
No, I don't have any question.
Good. Let's go to the next one. The next one, I think it's also very interesting. If you were able to hear a little bit of the conversation I was having with Whitney, it's going to mention very interesting, let's say, expressions or words that we can try to understand together. So let's try to work this part, please.
Okay. Humanity. Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one, full of wonder about the possibility of life in this mysterious neighboring planet. This historic mission can search for evidence that could give us the answer. Perseverance is full of firsts. The search for signs of ancient life of Mars, the first helicopter fly on another planet, the first recordings of sound on the red planet. The most sophisticated rover NASA has built to date has a packed agenda for the next few years. The rover will explore Jezero Crater, the site of an ancient lake that existed 3.9 billion years ago, and search for microfossils in the rocks and soil there. Follow-up missions will return samples of this site collected by Perseverance to Earth by the 2030s.
Thank you very much, Elisa. I think that's it. We're going to analyze once again this one. Now, in this case, it's going to be, it's okay if we read it like the entire, because you did it the last time as well, and it's good, but it's going to be more common when you have the final S at the end and you have the 20 right at the beginning, that you read this by 2 digits at a time, right? Like the 2030s. That's going to be more common. The other one is also used, but the 2 digit right reading, it's more common, just as a fact that you can know. But I don't know if you have any questions, perhaps, to understand this together, Melissa.
Mm, no, I think no. I think everything is clear.
All right, good. So let's try to work on the explanation. Try to tell me in your own words, please, what you get from this part.
Mm, as I was saying earlier too, I think that this trip was really important because it's full of first. For example, they say that this is the first time that a helicopter flies in another planet. It also said that the images came with sound this time, not only images, but also we can hear something from another planet for the very first time. And I don't know, I don't remember the other one. I think that they have missions that will last for nearly 10 years. So the Perseverance has a lot to do yet, and this will be like analyzing the soil, microfossils, and trying to look if there was life before there.
There you go. Good, exactly. So there's a lot of things that this rover is going to do, and also it's full of firsts, as they are mentioning, and you explained very well. Now I have a question. To perhaps, as we have this clear, I want to go a little bit deeper. For example, they are exploring right now. That's right, close that one. They are exploring Registro crater, right? Why do you believe that they sent? Because this was the objective, right? They could have sent Perseverance, this rover. They could have sent Perseverance to any place on Mars, any place. But they decided to send this rover to this crater specifically. Why do you believe they are doing this? According to your ideas, Melissa, what do you say? What is the reason behind sending Perseverance to this specific crater?
Because it was a lake before, and maybe I think that their main reason, I don't know if it explicitly said that in the article, but I think that the main reason could be also trying to see if they are water. There are water in Mars, so maybe they decided to land in an ancient lake to see if there are others, or they can see where the water possibly can be, or something like that.
Okay, good, good. Yes, the main reason is this one, right? Because it is believed, right? It is said, it is stated that there was a long time ago, right, an ancient lake over there. And of course, perhaps right now there is no water, right? There is no more water. But even though, right, even though there is no more water, they know if there was water millions or billions of years ago, it's a very big possibility to find what? These microfossils, right? It means that perhaps there was life if there was water. And that's going to be the main reason why they are sending, right, this rover to this crater in specific, because this was believed to be an ancient lake, a very, very big lake. That's the one. And to finish this conversation, I'm going to go to this part once again. Again, I was having a conversation with Whitney, Sharai related to this part. Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one. How can you explain this idea, Melissa?
Mm, I don't know the exact meaning of enduring, but I think that it could be about that. I don't know, from all the planets that there are in the solar system besides the Earth, the most related we are to probably is Mars, because it's close to us, and also because it has probably the possibilities to have life in it, that obviously is important to us, uh, because eventually for climate change maybe the earth will not be a good place to be living, and maybe that's why we've always been interested in Mars.
Okay, good. That's a great explanation. That interest that we have, right? That connection we have with Mars because of many, many details. Enduring, it's going to be similar to lasting. Do you know what's something lasting or something or the verb to last? Do you know that verb?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yes, the verb last. Do you know the verb to last or the expression lasting? Do you know that one? It's in the chat just in case.
Yes, I know that meaning in Spanish, and I think in English it would be like something that will. Um, I don't know if that's the correct word, but perdure or
Okay,
continue in the future.
good, very good. So it's very similar to enduring. When we say that humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one, it means that this connection has existed, all right, for a long time, and it's going to continue existing, all right? So it's the idea of something that lasts for a long period of time. That is the meaning of enduring. And they are describing this connection, this perhaps sometimes even obsession with Mars, right? Trying to find life over there because we have cartoons, we have novels, we have a lot of fiction, right, written on the basis of the idea of life on Mars, right? And that's the thing over there. I don't know now if you have any final questions or comments before finishing the conversation, Melissa.
No, everything is clear about the article.
There you go. Very good. So I think that's going to be it. If there are no more questions or comments, I think we're going to be finishing here. Just as a reminder, it's important to start working on the final essay. And that's it, Melissa. I think with you, I don't have a lot of observations in terms of the essay. We're working very good. Just to add those details on the comments and to add these writing tips that we're working this week. Just that's it.
Okay. I have a question, but not related to the article. Well, more like as an coordinator than